Okay, welcome everyone and welcome back, Holly. We are making again a soup that we have many of us made before. It's a Thai creamy carrot and sweet potato soup that Cookie and Kate made famous. And they are, I think, all vegan. Nah, probably vegetarian. Denise, do you know? Can't remember if they're vegan or vegetarian, all their
I'm not
recipes.
sure. I'm
Okay.
not sure.
Well,
Probably
they're
vegetarian, I guess, but I'm not sure.
I'm not
I
sure
think
either.
I think it's vegetarian.
Oh, okay. They use cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, I don't know. Julia, do you agree? I think they're fabulous. The things that we've tried of theirs, both for my family and for KindSoups, have all been great. So if you don't know them yet, look them up, or at least after you love this soup, look them up, and the recipes are great. So we are starting out with oil and a lot of onions. So, while it says like 5-6 minutes, you may be stirring those babies up for 10 or 12. Lisa, were you happy with yours? You're muted.
Yes, it turned out really well. It's a nice, first, the house as usual smells very good. The soup is very creamy. It yielded about 8.5 quarts for me. So it's a significant yield. That's why it's the 2-pot meal, but a very nice, rich flavor. Mine tended to be on the sweet side. Probably, between the sweet potatoes and the carrots, but that's okay. The coconut milk and it, cuts it a little bit, and then you have the depth. The curry kind of hits you a little bit later on, not at the first bite. So it's very good.
Good. And I think this was the soup, Cheryl, correct me if I'm wrong, that we had people trying last one of the other times, serve it over rice, maybe add some shrimp, some chicken. I mean, it's a full meal kind of soup with just small little changes. So don't be shy for your dinner tonight if anybody wants to kind of add on.
I'm remembering that I put shrimp, that I used it with shrimp and over rice or something like that.
I think so. Yeah, I remember that too.
Do we have any estimate in terms of the number of pounds of sweet potatoes and how many sweet potatoes, depending on their size? Just an estimate. So I
used 4 kind of large ones. What about Terry and Lisa? Yeah, we're going with 4. Oh, Joyce, you already cooked? I didn't know. Okay, yeah, 4 is the right answer, or at least majority rules, as in America. You only hope it's the right answer. Hi, Neha. Nice to see you. Who you cooking with today?
So my daughter is around. You want to say hi? And my husband.
Get the whole family. I love it. All right, so everybody's got their onions there. Hopefully nobody chopped that many onions and you used your Cuisinart, unless you were Marge, in which case you had to chop. Oh my goodness, we have Annette Tracy back today. That's exciting. Olaide, am I pronouncing that right? Olaide, nice to see you.
Yeah, hi Deb, how you doing?
Hi.
I didn't chop all the onions. That was a lot of onions.
You chopped? Oh, it's a lot of onions.
I'm even doing half the recipe, but still.
And it's still a lot of onions. Yeah, I threw those babies right in the food processor because we're going to be, cooking them up and then just blending it all anyway.
So I'm looking. Oh, look, I appeared. I keep disappearing.
Don't disappear, Marge.
I looked at it, had my camera there. I looked at the recipe and I've got everything in. I got only 4 cups of the broth in, but doesn't it only call for 8? That doesn't seem like enough.
Yes, it only calls for 8.
But that can't possibly be enough. I have to.
Well, you're going to be putting in 4 cans of, and you don't have to. If you want to go more on the broth and less on the.
No, because I'm going to blend it. So I'll see. I'll wait. Right. I'm trying to be patient here.
No, it works out.
It does? Thank you.
Yeah, mine worked out fine. So I think when you add in the coconut milk, 4 cans, that's a lot. What, 2, 4, 6, 8 cups? I think 8 additional cups. So you're at about 16.
Almost,
which
yeah,
is-
almost 8 more cups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, we have made this a couple times. It's been a favorite every time.
No,
So
you
even though,
remember,
well,
you remember we had this discussion the last time we made it. I don't eat peanuts. So I think it's disgusting. However, that being said, I tasted it and it's not heavy. You don't get that heavy peanut taste. So that was a good thing. And
Yeah.
my husband really liked it, which is the reason I am doing this for you. Now, my husband also likes beets, but there's no way in hell I'm making borscht.
we have one recipe out of 2.5 years that Marge refuses to make. We have to make it while she's in Florida.
That's
When's
right.
your next
I'm
trip,
somewhere
Marge?
else.
What can we use instead of the coconut milk? If we don't want to use coconut milk.
Who's got a good idea for that one?
do
You know
have,
what? I
like
bet you could use, sorry?
cashew milk or some other kind of nut
Yep.
milk if you
Mhm.
find
Almond-
that.
Although
Okay.
almond milk is kind of thin, right? Soy is a little thicker, but it's got a different flavor altogether. I don't know.
You know, I don't know if you've heard of it. There's this wonderful thing called Google, and all you need to put in is substitute for coconut milk. And
It's
see what
more
it
fun
comes
to
up
do
with.
it together and just brainstorm.
Well, I will tell you that I don't have any of the Thai curry paste. I did the last time, but I don't have any now. And so I looked that up, and it turns out that 1 teaspoon of curry powder is equal to 1 tablespoon of curry paste for anyone who's.
Oh,
I thought that was interesting.
I would have imagined, but maybe not, that there's so much more going on in the paste than just curry powder. I'm surprised they only gave you a powder as a replacement.
Well, they had
Yeah,
other
I don't know
things.
if that will work.
Yeah. Oh, there were other things, but they were other kind of curry pastes that if you don't have the Thai curry paste, you're not going to have any curry paste, right? But there were a couple of other things, and I also saw directions on how to make your own curry paste. And I thought, there's no way I make this quantity of curry paste. So I opted for my curry powder, and it will be perfectly fine. I just need to get to the point where I have to deal with that nasty peanut butter. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, by now, your onions should be ready. What I did, and I don't know about you guys, but I didn't want to put my garlic and ginger in at the time that I started the onions because I knew the onions were going to take a while. So I added at about now, maybe 10 minutes in, the ginger and the garlic. And that way it doesn't cook as long as the onions. And I apologize, I didn't tell you that at the beginning of my telling you to go ahead and fry your onions, but that is an option that I would recommend. So fry your onions for a while and then add your garlic and ginger towards the end of when your onions are going to be cooking by themselves. Holly, that kitchen looks beautiful.
Thank you, but I was very lucky. The flood never hit the kitchen. It only hit the dining room and the living room.
So is all the work done or no?
It's all done and it looks so nice.
Oh,
and
I'm so
I
glad.
can't wait to celebrate holidays in a beautifully dry dining room.
Are you hosting Passover?
I'm hoping. I sent out messages. I'm waiting to hear who's available.
Okay.
I will.
Good luck.
One way or another. Yes.
Yeah.
I have a question about coconut milk. Did I miss something in the recipe, or is that an added possibility?
No, you actually do want coconut milk. 4 cans. You missed it.
Okay.
Yeah. You have any?
I have a can of coconut cream. So
Okay.
and that's concentrated, isn't it?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to use too many of those. So
Right,
maybe
but that
throw some
might-
extra broth in and then
Right.
use the coconut cream.
Okay, I'm gonna go through the cabinets, see if I have any more. I don't
Good.
know how I missed it. Okay.
Okay.
And one of the gals checking me out at Trader Joe's today is a KindWorks person. I don't see her on tonight, but we had such a great talk. She was asking me about all the ingredients, and I told her we're making
That's
soup.
so
I've
fun.
been doing that. So it was really fun. It's such a small world.
All right, if
So-
you think of her name, text me.
I will.
That's
Okay.
so fun.
back to onions.
The way Marge carries on about Trader Joe's, I'm surprised it wasn't Marge. She loves Trader Joe's.
I am way too busy to be working at Trader Joe's or anywhere else. I'm way too busy.
You've got a full-time job making soup.
3 days in a row. I made pea and asparagus soup on Saturday. We made those crazy mushroom jalapeno matzo ball soup yesterday. Today we're making something weird. Oh, I'm sorry, not weird. It just has peanuts in it.
All right, well then let me tell you guys, most of you look like you have a minute to listen about the upcoming weeks because it's really pretty exciting. Next week, we're going to make something that is kind of in between a soup and a kind of, I don't know, stew, I guess. It's Italian pasta and chickpeas. They call it, where did I have? Pasta e cecchi? What is it, Denise?
I've always said CC, but I have no idea.
Okay.
No basis on which to defend
Pasta
that.
ECC. And it is billed as Rome's kind of ubiquitous meal on a plate. It is quick to put together. Here's what it looks like. Can you guys see what? Yeah. You know, it looks kind of a little bit, it's a Smitten Kitchen recipe. And on her website and in her books, it looks kind of like SpaghettiOs. She used little round pastas. I use ditalini, which are, you know, thicker and smaller. But you can use any small pasta, use a whole bunch of garbanzo beans. And I kind of want you to cook the garbanzo beans this time. You don't have to if you don't want, but we are going to use the liquid from the chickpeas. So if, you know, you want to try that and you haven't yet, get out the Instant Pot or get out your big pot of soup and cook your garbanzo beans next time. Otherwise, don't rinse your canned beans because we're going to use the aquafaba. Okay, so that's next week. And the really exciting part of that, it's a perfectly good, easy recipe. But the really exciting part is there was a woman who cooked in honor of her dad with her sisters, three sisters cooked a KindSoup and honored their dad. Was anybody on for that? Yes. One of them has moved to, her name is Rufy, and she has moved to Rome. And she is going to join us. Even with the time change, she's going to join us and lead the Roman part of the soup that I'll be leading next Monday, which is this pasta and chickpea soup. So it's, you know, you'll mark it like Lisa's always good about doing. Add water when you heat it up because this stuff just absorbs all the liquid as it's sitting in your refrigerator or freezer. So, so try to come to that because it'll be exciting to have someone from Rome on as we're cooking that soup. Okay.
I just make a comment about the labeling. You just reminded me.
Yes.
Should we label today's soup if you
Peanuts.
use coconut milk contains a coconut product?
It's the nuts. The nuts are more important. Those
And
peanuts.
what peanut, right? If you use peanuts or almonds, can
I had never thought that we needed to do coconut, but we do.
I was at a luncheon and made the Afghan pudding.
Yeah.
And somebody there took one bite and said, "What are the ingredients?" And I said, "Oh, there's some coconut in this." And she couldn't eat it because she has a severe allergy to coconut.
Oh my, that changes everything. Thank you for mentioning that.
Anyway, I just, you know, I'm thinking coconut milk is a coconut product and.
Okay. Thank you for mentioning that. That's great.
Let me read to you from Google. Allergies to peanut and tree nuts are relatively common compared to allergies to coconut, which are very rare. I know someone who's allergic to cinnamon. I mean, they are putting, I did notice on some things that they're putting coconut on them when they bold the allergens. But hey, the Osum soup has celery seeds in it, and people are allergic. I mean, people are allergic to all sorts of things. I don't know.
If somebody is allergic and you mark it, you're giving them comfort. You know, they know what they're getting. And if it isn't, if the soup is not well marked, then they probably aren't going to touch food if they have a terrible allergy to something that people traditionally don't mark. So all you're doing is a little extra that may help some people out. Do whatever you think is right. I think having heard it, I will not sleep well. Thanks, Lisa, unless I mark it from now on. You know, we're doing the best we can. It is not one of the ones that when you take the food tests, food safety handling tests, that they tell you have to mark, but it's a good idea since we heard of someone today who couldn't eat that to market. Okay, so that is next Monday. The following Monday, I was going to give us a week off, but you guys know how much we love this book, right? And do you all know it, or many of you? We've talked about it a lot. And this Samin Nasrat has a soup called butternut squash and green curry soup that just needs us to make it. You make a really nice soup like we're making today, but then you garnish it with saute peanuts, coconut flakes, fish sauce, chilies, Thai chilies, and some kind of oil, lemongrass, a tiny bit of sugar, lime leaves, and then you can either use like some basil leaves or some mint and some lime juice. And all the people who wrote in not only loved this soup, but said that those things are sold in Thailand as snacks, the garnishes, and people eat them. And everybody that wrote in, well, that's what Samin said, that these things, this stuff is eaten as a snack in Thailand. And the people who wrote in all said that their family gobbled up the garnishes and she had to make double everybody. I mean, this is supposed to make this soup so delicious that we're actually going to cook it. So that's April 10th. And then we've been waiting for Vera Gutman, our Israeli chef, and she is going to cook with us on April 17th, the Israeli Swiss chard and chickpea soup that she has created. So those 3 recipes are now on the website. Please mark your calendars because I'm excited about every single one of these soups. And it's, I don't get that excited over soup anymore. What?
So Deb, I'm confused. So we're cooking the pasta soup on Monday before Passover.
The 3rd.
Right. Yeah. We're cooking the next soup, during Passover, which
the 10th
sounds disgusting because it has even more peanuts in it and more spicy things in it.
Thank you for that vote of confidence. Yes.
I will cook something else. I can tell you up front, I'm not going to cook that. It sounds fair. I'll read the ingredients and then I'll make a decision. And then we're cooking vered soup, which is a soup that has beef, all you vegetarians. That is
she does have a vegan version with tofu on her recipe, but she has chosen to ask us to cook a beef soup. So we can, and you don't have to, whatever you want. It's up on the website. Okay. And since we have a few people who we don't always have on, if anybody's got a soup that they would like to teach us and lead us in cooking, we are committed to international soups this year. And we'd love to have anybody propose. Oh, Annette, you were going to do something from Hungary. Can't hear you. Oh, lady, do you want to cook a soup with us? Do you want to?
I don't know any classic soups.
Okay. You looked like you were like coming over to talk. I wanted to see if that was what you wanted to say.
No.
Okay. Annette, you want to unmute?
So I wanted to let everyone know that we do have a new partner for dropping off soups. It's Rainbow Community Development Center in Silver Spring. It's about a mile from where the Enclave is, if any of you have helped out at any of the home setups. So they are phenomenal. I took a tour, an impromptu tour of their facility on Saturday after helping out with someone over at the Enclave, and it's amazing they have so much food, so many people that they serve, and it's kind of like, I'm going to use the word scrappy in terms of like they just put it all together. Just, it's not like they have a very skeleton bone staff, but the people who either work there or volunteer there are really very dedicated. And we'll put something on the website that tells you sort of the details, because you have to, like, it's a good idea to text somebody in advance to make sure they're there. But basically Monday through Friday from 10 to 1, most days they will be there. And I've given some directions to get to the back parking lot area where their loading dock is. So anyway, if that's going to be convenient for anybody, they would love as many soups as you might have.
And Cheryl, I thank you so much for that. And do they only want vegetarian or halal soups or no?
Oh, they serve people who are beyond the Afghan community. So
but we should clearly, everybody be careful to mark, because they will, yes, okay, great.
Yeah. So if we're cooking the meat soup or stew in the next week or two, just label it and they'll make sure it goes to, people who will enjoy it.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. And 9 to 1, Monday through Friday. That is like a nice window for drop off. I love it.
10 to 1 is better.
What? 10 to 1.
The woman who's there is really there from like 9 to 2, but we're putting 10 to 1 as a cushion.
Hopefully we'll get her. Okay, that sounds terrific.
Well, I figured I'd mute myself. Thank you very much.
Oh, good.
Can you hear me? Yes, I am going to sit down and figure out when I can do that soup.
Fantastic.
A fantastic river cruise, Christmas markets, and I'd like to share the soup that they served and tell you a little bit about that. So I will get in touch with you, Deb.
That sounds great. And can we get some pictures of that river cruise and the Christmas markets?
Yep, I will do a whole little thing for you.
That would be fun. Thank you. That'll be great. Neha, do you guys have a family soup that you would teach us and share with us?
I can look into that. We make a lot of soups, but I was trying to look at something Indian, but you already got the Indian soup, like the
Mulligatawny. Yeah, but you know what? We can make another different one, or you can choose another Indian soup. There's got to be a million. Or you know what? We could do like I'm doing with the chickpeas and pasta for Italy. We can do an Indian kind of chickpea dish or something, a side instead of a soup.
I'll do some research and get back to you.
That'll be great. And, I'm glad you mentioned the mulligatawny. For those of you who were on when Shubhra and I cooked the mulligatawny, she was like excellent. Were you guys on? I think some of you were. She had mentioned that there is a dance performance coming up at the Kennedy Center that she was telling us about. I just reached out to her to find out about when and if she's still interested in us seeing who wants to go. And it is coming up on April 6th. I am going to put it in the chat. And if anybody's interested, let me know and we'll coordinate. It's called River Sutra, the Malavika Surakai. It looks fantastic. It's just, very cultural. Dance. Let me put this in the chat and just let me know anyone who's interested in coming. Shubhra and I are for sure going to go, and it's Thursday, April 6th. Okay, it's in there now. So you guys have gone way on, right? And you've already, let's see what you did. Put in the broth with the almond butter or the peanut butter mixed in, and then added your carrots, sweet potatoes, salt, and broth. And everybody's cooking away or not yet? Everybody looks busy.
Thank you so much for saying that. I totally forgot the salt because, of course, I'm using my own broth, so it's got no salt. So I really do need.
You do need salt. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. A lady, what would you say?
I'm still behind. I'm just
okay, no worries. No worries at all. I'm going to turn my sound off because I'm going to go blend.
I'm still on the garlic. I thought I was ahead. I was really proud of myself. Last night I chopped up all the sweet potatoes because I had bad memories of the first time where I was chopping all those sweet potatoes, but I forgot to do the onions, and that's where I'm at.
Do you have a food processor, Cheryl?
I decided that by the time it took me to get the food processor set up, I would have cut the onions, but maybe that wasn't true as my fingers are.
Thank you, Cheryl. She's always picking on me, now it can go to you.
You know, I'm in New Jersey, so I don't have a place to actually bring the soup like you guys do down there. But I'm a caregiver on top of my full-time job, and twice a month I help out a couple, husband and wife. The wife is blind and she has dementia. But when I go to take care of them, I take him to his doctor's appointment, and then I occupy her. Tomorrow's gonna be, hopefully tomorrow's nice, and I'll go to the park with her. But I always bring them soup because you know they pay a lot of money for this agency to have me come there.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel I love making soup, and I just feel just bringing them soup. And of course, when it ties in, that's why I wanted to run home tonight after work to do this. It's a nice thing to do. So I'm making this soup for them. And
that's so nice.
They've been my guinea pigs. I've made so many different types of soup for them. And they always tell me, they like it, but they have some they like more than others. So we'll see.
Oh, good. I love that. And do you report them in even though you're not giving them to a food assistance provider? Because in our minds, that's adding kindness to the world. We'd love you to report all your soups in.
I will report that in.
Thank you. That's wonderful. I'm glad that they've been enjoying them.
Yes.
That's great. What's everybody's feeling about why they have you add the coconut milk before you blend the soup? Okay. Doesn't matter either way, right?
For someone who wants to cut down on the sweetness of the soup,
yeah,
I added more broth as I cooked mine, 2 more cups of broth.
Yeah.
And actually 3 more cups of broth, and I used 2 cans of coconut milk, and it's perfect for me. It's got that a white blend between savory and sweet.
So you definitely suggest not adding, well, number one, don't add as much coconut broth, but also add it later so you can control it.
I added it just before, actually what I did, I actually turned off my vegetables, turned it off, and then added the coconut milk to it. And there was enough residual heat to heat it up. And then I tasted it, and I liked how it tasted with just 2 cans in it. So
good. So, okay.
Anyway.
Thank you.
All right. Great.
Are most people using peanut butter or the almond? Which one's better?
I use the peanut butter because I like peanut butter. I've never cooked with almond butter, but I think it's a personal preference, whatever you like, you know.
I have both. I don't think I've had a soup with peanut, with any nut. So, like, which one will be best? Yeah.
I mean, peanut butter is cheaper than almond butter.
Well, the other thing is whenever I think of Thai food, one of the things I always look for on the Thai menus is peanuts. So many things in Thai cooking have peanuts in them. So that would be the reason I go with peanuts versus almonds.
Me too. Me too.
Also, because I have them in the house and I think they're disgusting. I want that peanut butter out of my house.
Yeah.
So has anybody on the call been to Thailand?
I had a baby in Bangkok. How's that?
I think you may win. Let's hear from Terry and Lisa and hear about Thailand.
It's been a while since I've been there. I was there when 2013. Loved it. It was there for actually over Christmas and New Year's, which was kind of interesting. Bangkok to me was basically, New York City with temples.
Mm-hmm.
And the temples were interesting, but after a while, when you've seen 20 temples, we said, right, we were all templed out basically. And but then we went to so we did Bangkok and Chiang Mai. I love Chiang Mai. Beautiful city. And we were there for New Year's Eve, which was very cool to see, like the whole sky lit up with the Chinese lanterns and everything. It was a really memorable trip, and some in my family ate unusual street food, like fried insects and things like that. So I did not, but the rest.
Were those the kids?
My husband and my son. Yeah.
The males. Yeah, I should have guessed that. I guess
they had to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. That sounds fabulous.
Yeah, it was great.
Aw. All right, baby in Bangkok might, up against New Year's Eve with fried insects. Lisa, what do you got?
I thought Bangkok was an absolutely fascinating city. They have water taxis, so sometimes to get from one point to another, you can take the like a monorail, then you get on the water taxi and you get off at your point. To go on the water taxis and go down the river on a cigar boat, and you see fish jumping out of the water. I went to a food market where they had produce and beautiful, huge bouquets of flowers. It was the first time that I realized, those mini corns that you get in some Asian dishes, and you can buy them in a can at the store. I didn't realize that they sort of came that way because I saw just a bunch of mini corns that they were selling. I never thought about what they look like in natural, and they're real. They're mini corns that they grow and sell. So the markets were just absolutely fascinating. It was a really wonderful trip, and you can get manicures and pedicures for a couple of bucks. That was a real treat. Foot massages are very, very popular there. There's a place close to the U.S. Embassy that a lot of people go to. Great food. If you've never tried mango and sticky rice, there's a wonderful dessert, and that's where I developed my addiction to mango and sticky rice.
Sounds fantastic. I think we need a business trip to Bangkok.
Can we make that some kind of soup excursion where we go and pick up different soups?
Absolutely. Everything is going to be soup related.
We're going to write it off, a soup excursion.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, mine is tasting absolutely delicious, and I am going to, like I usually do, add my toppings into my soup. Lisa and Terry and Marge, do any of you disagree with the idea of just go ahead and putting some lime juice and some chopped cilantro right into my soup?
No, I think that's perfectly fine. I'm waiting for mine to cool in the fridge, and then I'm going to put some cilantro on top. So and maybe a squeeze of lemon juice.
But you didn't yet add any
No.
juice. Okay.
No.
I haven't tasted mine yet, but I decided to go with only 3 cans of coconut milk because you're right. That really does make it very, all of a sudden, the carrots and the sweet potatoes kind of they reduce in size, and now it's very liquidy. So yeah, so I stuck with 3 coconut milks.
So I just wanted to report back to you guys that I was testing the lazy way to make the pasta and chickpeas for next week. So I don't want to, if you haven't experimented with cooking your own chickpeas, I don't want to get in the way of that, but I have completed it, and it was easy and delicious to use the canned chickpeas. I saved all the liquid and added water to make the amount of cups that the recipe said. And the only thing I would say is don't add any salt until you've tasted it, because there was plenty for me in the aquafaba.
So maybe Denise, if you want to just shoot me whatever changes, I'll incorporate the options on the website.
Okay, yeah,
that'd be great. Thank you.
Will
Thanks
do.
for testing.
Yeah, sure. I'm glad it's yummy.
Good, 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 good. I didn't trust myself, and I had really made simple the Smitten Kitchen recipe. So Denise was kind enough to double check my recipe today and make sure that it would work for you all. Yeah. So thank you. I can't think of who Marge met at Trader Joe's. Who's got some ideas? Who's guessing?
No, it wasn't me who met someone at Trader Joe's. Someone else met someone at Trader Joe's.
Oh, Holly Garau. You're right.
Yeah, she didn't tell me her name, and I was trying to look at her badge and didn't see a name on it. So yeah, but she was very sweet. And
which Trader Joe's, Holly?
The new one in Bethesda.
Oh, that's a beautiful one.
Oh, it's just fabulous.
Wait. What new one in Bethesda? Where's their new one? Because I was in the old one and it was
yeah, that little one. Wait till you try this new one, Marge. You are going to be sad.
Where?
They have parking underneath, free parking, and you go up the elevator.
It is a block, like maybe 2 or 3 blocks to the right. When you go from that little one down to Wisconsin, you make a right, and it's going to be on your left, maybe right after True Foods.
It's right near. No, it's further down. It's by the new Marriott.
Is it that far down?
Yeah. It's by the new Marriott, and you
What new
enter.
Marriott?
Okay, you're gonna have to just put it in Waze and find it.
Sort
but
of near Tasty Diner.
Tasty Diner.
Ah, thank
Yes,
you.
it's near Woodmont.
Literally
Thank
a
you.
block. When you go to Tasty and you're on Woodmont, make a right and you'll see a parking sign and you go down under it and park underneath. It's so easy.
Oh,
It's-
I'm so sorry. I didn't know that. I went to the other one. I was coming up Wisconsin. I had lunch with some friends and was coming up Wisconsin. I thought, oh, I have to stop at Trader Joe's and get a few things. And I dread going into that Trader
I
Joe's.
felt the same way. I was up in Rockville and I bypassed the Rockville Trader Joe's and just kept going down to Bethesda because it's so lovely. You'll be happy.
I can't wait to go. I mean, Rockville, I can tolerate Rockville. It's not terrible. I mean, sometimes it's a little overcrowded, and they moved things around about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's like, did you really need to do this? And now, and I shop in the Potomac Giant, and they've completely, if you haven't been in the Potomac Giant
It's
the past 3
crazy.
weeks, it's that, everything is in the wrong place. For a while, everything was no place, but now things are
It was
sort of-
on rolling shelves, and I swear to you, I was lost in there.
the rolling shelves are gone.
Weirdest experience after living here, almost 40 years and walking in there, not knowing where I was. It was very disorienting.
It's much better. The rolling shelves are gone. That being said, you might find toilet paper in 17 different aisles, but it's like when you know where things are in a store, you sort of blindly go there, and all of a sudden you look up and you say, wait a minute, I don't see any potato chips here. I see dog food. I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, I'll have to see that new Trader Joe's because I really don't like that little one in Bethesda. Are they planning on closing that little one? Those are two very close together stores. It can't be more than a mile.
Yeah, but it's already been, I think, almost a year. I think it opened last summer.
Oh, really?
I think so. And it's like the aisles are wide. There's room for you. There's room for your cart. It's really lovely.
They keep saying they're not closing the other one, but I wonder eventually if they will, because they're really, really close.
Yeah.
And that other one is really small and the parking is a nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, I sometimes go to the old one because I also need to go to Target.
Right. I mean, that one's easy because I have other things to do on Rockville Pike, so it doesn't bother me very much.
Oh no, I go to the old one in Bethesda because I
you mean that little Target? That's a Target? It's like
I mean, occasionally I need to run in and get a few things, and so I go there. But it's a nightmare. The parking is a nightmare.
The whole store is a nightmare. You want to go get something, and there are people in the aisles, and they're not trying to block you, but there's also a column in the aisles.
Yes.
Like doing this crazy stuff. I'm so excited about this new old Trader Joe's. I'm so excited. I have to go. And I will go because I have to get for the asparagus and pea soup that we're making on Sunday, because we're cooking the first Sunday instead of the second Sunday of April. I need fennel. No, I have fennel from last week, but I need leeks, and that's the only place I'll buy leeks these days. I have no patience.
They also had a huge stand filled with asparagus on sale today, a couple of hours ago. So it was packed, with just a big on the end of the aisle. And so you might just run over there if you can.
They had those in the Rockville store about a week or so ago. I wonder if it's that same batch of, they have promoting asparagus. Giant has them on sale for $1.97 a pound because I also need two batches of asparagus, and I was going to wait until Thursday to buy them. But maybe I'll go on Wednesday and see if they still have them at the new Trader Joe's. I'm very excited. Thank you, ladies.
You're gonna love it. It's great.
Yay!
And find out who the checkout person was that I spoke to.
I'll scope this person out.
Exactly.
This person have gray hair, blonde hair, brown hair?
No, brown hair. She, about the same age as me, I would say. And we had a great conversation, and Yeah, she's definitely a KindWorks cook. So
Oh boy. Okay, I'll look
okay, good.
if she's there.
Before we end our Trader Joe's conversation, there's actually a really nice Trader Joe's near the Enclave. So if you're going up to help out with any of the home setups, there's a really good one really close by. And the last thing I'll tell you is apparently my daughter was having a conversation with someone about life lessons. And my daughter said, one of the best life lessons is buy the nuts that you need at Trader Joe's.
A couple of years ago, I was up in New York, up where I grew up, and I had to get some things. It was a high school reunion, and I was getting some things that I needed. And I thought, oh, look, here's this Trader Joe's where this bank or hardware store used to be or whatever. And the parking behind it was kind of lousy, but I lucked out and I got a space and I was really excited. I walked into the store and the lines at the cash register were so long that I turned around and walked out. There's no way that it was worth shopping in a store where there's 6 or 7 people in each line and all the lines were open. And I said,
Where in New York? Was that in Manhattan?
No. I grew up in Hewlett, but I went to Lynbrook High School and we were busy. So I'm hopping from place to place because nothing is the same as it was when I lived there. I mean, very few things are the same. In fact,
when I'm in New York, I don't know if Hannah goes to, oh, well, Hannah's might not be on anymore. But when I'm in New York, I shop at Trader Joe's and the lines are like you just said, Marge, up and down the aisles, but they move so darn fast. It's amazing. It's like New York pace for those things.
Nah, I didn't have the strength for that. I figured I needed, like, I was going to browse around, but it didn't. Now, in fairness, I was there. I think it was probably a Friday. Or I think it was probably a Friday or a Saturday morning or whatever. And so, but still, it was craziness. And I said, And I said, I can go to where the Big Apple used to be. Does anyone remember what a Big Apple was? Anyway, the Big Apple used to be there, and now it's pick a New York store. I don't know, some grocery store. And I went there and bought.
Oh, it's probably one of those fresh. What are those stores? They're all over Long Island now, aren't they?
I don't know. I don't go up there. I mean, the last time I was there, the only time I go up there is for high school reunions. I don't, even my New York friends live other places. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to remind you all, if anybody's interested in the dance evening on April 6th, let me know. If anybody's interested in the theater in Bethesda on Sunday the 2nd, this coming Sunday, let me know. Is that it? Did I have more offers of fun things for you all to do? I don't know. That might be it.
April 6th, the second Seder. You know that. Do you know that?
April 6th is the second Seder. Yeah, I got something else that I'm supposed to do that day. And I was like, don't you people know it's Passover? But
yeah, no, we will not be here. We will be in Boston. No, I'll go see my sister's new house in Rhode Island that night. I'm very excited.
Good.
Yeah.
My husband and I were invited to a Seder dinner on that night, the second one. And
have you ever gone before, Annette?
No, so we're looking forward to it. Speaking of high school reunions, we had our 50th class reunion in the fall, and this girl from high school, we knew each other in high school. We weren't really friends, but we ran the reunion, and we've kept in touch. She doesn't live too far from me, and she mentioned about, well, would you like to come? And I'm like, yeah, I'm all over that, because I really like to learn about other religions, since I just feel it's interesting. I'm Roman Catholic, but I'm excited about that. That's going to be great.
That's very cool.
How religious is she? Do you know?
Oh, well, I don't think she's really, because I've been to her house before, and I don't think she's.
I was going to tell you to eat first. If she's really religious, you're going to have to read an awful lot of stuff.
I think we are going to read all that stuff, You know, there's that comedian, Sebastian Maniscalco, and he married a Jewish girl. He's so funny, and he talks about, he's Italian, and he has a whole big shtick about how, come on, you got to have the Italians here to show you how to eat Passover meat. What is this, a little parsley and nothing to eat? Funny. But
They
that's a
make
good,
you wait.
I think I should have a little nosh before I go, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, it's always interesting. Although I will say that our seders have sped up an awful lot. I can remember when my grandfather, gosh, this has got to be in the 50s, because they moved to Long Beach in the 60s, and this was in their apartment in Brooklyn. So it was hot and it was stuffy and it was crowded and it was all those things. And I was a little kid, and they do a lot of it in Hebrew. So on top of everything else, you didn't understand what was being said. I mean, as you got older and you learned a little Hebrew, you had a clue of what was going on, but it was unbearable. And oh my goodness, God forbid you misbehaved. This was not a good thing to do, because then you never get to you don't eat if you misbehave.
Muhammad, you and Muhammad have the same, right?
But while we're on that topic, those jalapeno matzo ball soup thing came out great this week.
Oh, that's good.
It's a wild soup. It really is a
You
lot.
gotta taste how they see of the match, you know?
Very heavy on the
Okay.
mushrooms. The broth picks up the mushroom taste.
That's encouraging, right?
good.
Reassuring.
Sounds good.
Yeah, people were saving it for Passover, and I thought, really? Okay. Maybe I
Neha.
should say.
I had a question about the coconut milk. So did
Yeah.
you add all 4 cans, or how much did you do?
So we've run the gamut here. Some people put 2 in, some people put 3, and some people put all 4. So do it to taste.
Okay.
You're not going to go wrong. It's just going to be richer and creamier and sweeter. If you have more and a little bit less of the curry flavor, maybe because the coconut milk might overpower it. But we have people on the call that have gone anywhere from 2 to 4.
And if I were to add the lime, how much would you suggest? Like 1, 2, like?
No, I think for this much soup, if you want to add the lime now, I added 1 and I don't even taste it yet. So I'm going to go closer to 2 or 3 even.
Okay.
Go for 2 and taste it and see what you think.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, lady, are you fasting?
Oh, yes. I didn't
Yes.
know.
So you
Yes, I
can't
am.
taste your soup. Do you want us to look at it and try to taste it through the screen for you?
I know, right? If you could. I mean, technically, if I needed to, you could taste food as long as you don't swallow it. So it's allowed.
Oh, you
If
taste
no
it
one
and then you
else
spit
can
it
taste
out?
it. Right. Yeah. Only if necessary. Right.
Yeah.
So, actually, since I'm cooking this and this is my first time cooking it, I probably will taste it.
Yeah.
But we'll see, because it's almost 6:30. I'm just at the step where it's I'm simmering it for 15 to 20 minutes. So by the time it's time for me to taste it, it might be time to break my
Oh,
fast.
good. Okay. Too bad we pushed those clocks up. You would have been good to go if the clocks were still set back.
Right.
And are you going to have it for dinner tonight?
Yeah, we'll have it.
Yeah.
We'll
Good.
have some. Yeah.
You have kids?
Yes. I
How
have 3
many?
boys.
3 boys. How
3
old are they?
boys.
Yeah.
6, 15, and 13.
Wow.
Wow. Keep you busy. They're hungry.
Oh my God, yeah.
They need
They
a lot
eat the
of
whole. They eat a lot of food. I feel like I'm going grocery shopping multiple times per week.
Can't we talk any one of them into being a soup chef?
Oh, that would be nice.
I know, right? Ibrahim.
Yeah, Ibrahim,
Yeah,
come
so
on.
he saw me chopping all the things. Like, oh, are you doing that soup thing usually? I'm like, yeah, you want to help me chop some things?
You know, that Turkish red lentil is one of my new favorites. If he wants to try a soup, have him try that one.
Turkish red lentil?
If he likes
I've
it.
cooked a red lentil soup before and they liked it, yeah. So I'll
Maybe
take that out.
maybe he can lead us with a Turkish. I'm going to try to encourage him to like join us, and he can lead us.
And lead us.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, everybody. Everyone's
All right.
good?
Thank you for everything. I'm going to sign off.
Bye, Annette. Enjoy your soup. Have a good day. I hope that your people tomorrow like it.
So I'll let you know. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Whoop. Everybody
Lisa?
good?
Lisa, I'll see you tomorrow. Joyce, tomorrow or some other day?
She froze.
She is frozen.
Yeah.
Joyce, you there? Oh, no, she must have been in the process of signing on. She
Ah.
often delivers soup later in the week, so
Okay.
we are cooking next Monday.
We're going to cook every Monday. And if anybody tries rainbow, send me your feedback. Hopefully it's going to be great. Cheryl worked hard to arrange a easy drop off there. So hopefully, and I think we're going to have one more, and this one's going to be interesting. They're going to want the half size containers. So don't throw them out if you guys have any, because I'm trying to get us a use for the half size ones.
Half size, that's interesting.
I
Okay.
know.
Okay. For anyone who does deliver to me, or it's just Lisa. Julie, have you ever delivered to me? I don't remember. Cheryl's delivered to me, I think once or twice. I am not delivering soup on, what day is that?
Next Tuesday.
Next
The
April
4th.
I'm not right. So any soup from then has got to be saved for the following week, and I'm going to actually deliver the soup on Thursday, the 13th, because I have to pick up the Har Shalom soups, and the 11th is a holiday that no one observes, but I can't pick up at the synagogue on a day that's a holiday. So
Okay.
so yeah, so no soup pickup or drop off on the 4th, and the following week is going to be on Thursday, not Tuesday. Okay. Lisa, shake your head yes. Unless you want to do all the deliveries, because you could do that too.
Lisa is not shaking her head yes to
I'm
that.
going out of town next week and we'll be gone until I think the 10th or 11th.
Oh, okay.
So, and there are no Trader Joe's where I'm going. There's no Whole Foods.
But is there a Costco? Is there a Costco? Tell me.
There is a Costco. Yes. But the food option stores are sort of limited. So
okay, so you're going to be gone. So you're not cooking on the 10th. Is that what you're saying, or the 3rd?
Correct. I'm not
the 3rd, the 10th, no cooking. Okay.
We'll see how the timeline goes for next week and what I get accomplished. But the plan is to cook, but we'll see.
She keeps her options open. She's a smart cookie.
You can cook with us on Sunday if you want. We're making that pea and asparagus soup. You need 2 bunches of asparagus and 3 of peas, 1 bulb of fennel, and 2 of the leeks. And that's it. It is a simple soup. You know I like to keep it really simple. Throw it all in, it cooks.
I'll think about it.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful week. Bye. Let me know if you want to do anything. Bye-bye. You too.